Jimmy Fallon's fake laughs. His reaction after Blake Shelton called him out on his show. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Jimmy Fallon's signature laugh was directly called out by country star Blake Shelton during a March 2025 episode of The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. While promoting his album for recreational use only, Shelton referenced his collaboration with Post Malone on the 2024 hit Pour Me a Drink and praised Malone's enthusiasm. Shelton said, "I had the song with him. You've been around him. I mean, you can't be around that guy without having a good time, and he's so excited about everything." Shelton then turned to Fallon and said, "You guys are a lot alike now that I think about it." Fallon, mid-laugh, asked, "We are?" prompting Shelton to respond sharply, except he's genuine about his excitement. The comment was met with audible gasps and laughter from the audience. Fallon laughed harder, slapped the desk, and eventually pulled a straight face, apparently stunned. The clip, now widely circulated, has reignited public scrutiny of Fallon's perceived tendency to exaggerate reactions, particularly his laugh. This moment marks a direct on-air confrontation of a long-standing criticism about Fallon's hosting style that his laughter appears insincere and overly performative. Jimmy Fallon's laugh criticized for years, but does he care? The critiques surrounding Jimmy Fallon's exaggerated laugh is not new. For years, viewers and critics alike have accused the host of overreacting to guest comments and using laughter as a tool to ingratiate himself with celebrities. He has publicly addressed the criticism in past interviews. "My job is, again, to make everyone look good, no matter who it is, whether you're a politician or whatever it is. We have people that people don't like. I know that. But that's not my job. You make your own opinion. I can just show you the best person that they are and try to bring out their more personal side and play with them." Speaking with media journalist Bill Carter, Fallon was asked whether he's too soft on guests and if he tries too hard to be liked. "I do," Fallon replied when told he seemed like he loved everybody. Despite criticism, Fallon's format continues to attract high-profile celebrities who participate in lighthearted interviews and sketches. Jimmy Fallon says he'll steer clear of politics following Jimmy Kimmel's suspension. Jimmy Fallon recently made it clear that his show intentionally avoids political commentary, particularly in light of recent events involving fellow late-night host Jimmy Kimmel. Kimmel was temporarily suspended by ABC in September 2025 after making comments about the death of conservative figure Charlie Kirk, prompting broader concerns about censorship on network television. Asked by CNBC on September 30 whether he felt pressure while preparing The Tonight Show, Fallon said, "Our show has never really been that political, you know. We hit both sides equally, and we try to make everybody laugh, and that's really the way our show works. Our monologues are kind of the same that we've been doing since Johnny Carson was hosting The Tonight Show." Fallon stated that his monologue style hasn't changed since the days of Johnny Carson, and emphasized his focus remains on humor, not commentary. "I just keep my head down and make sure the jokes are funny," he said, while praising his staff of writers. He briefly referenced Kimmel's situation during his September 18 monologue, opening with, "The big story is that Jimmy Kimmel was suspended by ABC after pressure from the FCC, leaving everyone thinking WTF. What's going on? This morning, I woke up to 100 text messages from my dad saying, 'I'm sorry they canceled your show.' And I go, 'That's not me. That's Jimmy Kimmel.'" He went on to describe Kimmel as a decent, funny, and loving guy, and said he hoped he would return. On the September 23 episode, Fallon joked again about being mistaken for Kimmel, telling viewers they were watching the wrong Jimmy if they were looking for controversial takes. Blake Shelton's comment on The Tonight Show has pushed Fallon's laugh back into public scrutiny, reinforcing a long-standing conversation about authenticity in late-night television. Fallon's own responses make it clear he knows the criticism, and he stands by his approach. His show is not meant to confront, it's meant to comfort. Jimmy Fallon is no stranger to laughter. His infectious energy and quick wit have long made him one of the most recognizable faces in late-night television. But recently, his laughter became the topic of conversation after country superstar Blake Shelton called him out during a hilarious appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. What started as friendly banter quickly turned into a moment that had audiences both laughing and wondering just how much of Fallon's laughter is real and how much is part of his showmanship. The exchange, which took place during a lively segment between the two longtime friends, left Fallon momentarily speechless before he responded in his trademark humorous fashion, turning the playful jab into yet another viral moment. Blake Shelton has appeared on Fallon's show numerous times over the years, and their chemistry is undeniable, filled with teasing laughter and the kind of playful rivalry that only true friends share. This time, however, Shelton seemed ready to take things a step further as the two discussed Shelton's music and his time on The Voice. Fallon, as usual, erupted into one of his signature laughs, the kind of over-the-top chuckle that fans either love or love to debate. That's when Shelton couldn't resist calling him out, saying something along the lines of, "You don't really think that's funny, you just fake laugh." "Every time I'm here," the audience immediately roared with laughter, as Fallon blushed, clearly caught off guard, but also entertained by his friend's brutal honesty. For anyone who has watched Fallon over the years, his laugh is a defining characteristic of his hosting style. It's warm, enthusiastic, and sometimes a little overdone, but that's part of what makes him who he is. While some critics have accused him of relying too much on it to fill awkward moments, others argue that his laughter is genuine, a reflection of his desire to make guests feel comfortable. Shelton's remark playfully highlighted what many viewers have noticed for years. But instead of getting defensive, Fallon leaned into the joke in true comedic fashion. He threw his head back in another exaggerated laugh, saying that if Shelton wanted to take over hosting duties, he was more than welcome to. The moment quickly became one of those unscripted highlights that remind audiences why Fallon's show continues to be such a fan favorite. It's unpredictable, spontaneous, and full of humor that blurs the line between teasing and truth. Fallon's ability to turn even a critique into comedy is what has kept him successful for so long, and Blake Shelton's good-natured honesty only added to the fun. The exchange showcased their friendship perfectly. Shelton is known for his straightforward personality, and Fallon for his easygoing charm. Together, they created television gold that had viewers talking long after the segment aired. Fans immediately took to social media to react. Some praised Shelton for saying what everyone was thinking, while others defended Fallon, saying his laughter is one of the reasons they love watching him. In a world where talk shows can sometimes feel scripted and overly polished, Fallon's reactions, even if exaggerated, still bring a sense of spontaneity that keeps things lighthearted. The moment also highlighted how comfortable Shelton feels on the show, able to poke fun at Fallon without crossing any lines. Their friendship has always been based on mutual respect, mixed with constant teasing, and this was yet another example of that dynamic in action. What makes Fallon and Shelton's interactions so memorable is that they genuinely seem to enjoy each other's company. Whether they're competing in silly games, performing duets, or trading insults, there's always an element of real camaraderie behind the jokes. Shelton's ability to call Fallon out without making it awkward speaks volumes about their bond. He knows Fallon can take it, and Fallon's reaction proved that he can laugh at himself just as easily as he laughs at others. Rather than shying away from the comment, he leaned and laughed even harder and joked that maybe he should start charging extra for authentic laughs. The exchange also sparked a broader discussion about the art of late-night hosting. Fallon's signature laugh, while sometimes exaggerated, is part of what makes him such a distinctive entertainer. It helps guests relax and keeps the energy of the show upbeat. Unlike some hosts who rely heavily on sarcasm or sharp humor, Fallon's approach is rooted in positivity and warmth. Even when he's the butt of the joke, he manages to make everyone feel at ease. That ability is what has made him so beloved across generations of viewers. Shelton's playful call-out may have teased him, but it also reminded everyone that Fallon's style is one of genuine joy and inclusivity. For Shelton, the moment was classic. He's never been afraid to speak his mind, and fans have come to expect nothing less from the country superstar. His sense of humor often borders on mischievous, and he knows exactly how to push Fallon's buttons without crossing the line. The singer's down-to-earth personality contrasts perfectly with Fallon's polished showmanship, making their interactions a perfect balance of Southern charm and big city humor every time. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe to our American Idol YouTube channel for more updated news.